Hey Chicklin members, it's me, Monkey Chicken here, and the topic of today's video is Tom Clancy's The Division, my first impressions. And with that, let's go and begin. Okay guys, so first off I want to say I just barely got the game because modding and stuff. But anyways, I streamed it yesterday for about like 3 hours, so that's the so far experience that I've had in the game. And just wanted to kind of say that as, you know, when you have first impressions, you kind of want to know how long they've been playing. And it's first impressions, so first impressions. Anyways, so what I've gathered from the game so far is it's actually pretty enjoyable. I'm liking the way, first off, the visuals look amazing. I love the way things transition and how everything looks and interacts, and like when you're switching guns and different things, like there's little nuances in there that just really feel awesome. And even the character's appearance looks really good too. I like the different customization that's in there, but we'll get into that later on. Still kind of sticking on the graphics. It looks like a beautiful game. I haven't ran into any like weird bugs where anything looks awkward. I guess for like what should it be? Like notification or warning or whatever. I can't think of the proper term. But I am playing on a PC, and I think I'm playing on high-ish settings because I have a decent GPU. But yeah, the game looks beautiful. I love the transitions, the way everything interacts. It just looks really awesome. It looks like a very beautiful game. Getting into like the next thing that I already kind of previously touched on, the customization. There's so much customization in this game. It is just mind-boggling. The different weapons that you have, the attachments for them, the different things that you're able to get for them. As anything that's kind of like an MMO where like it's a loot-based thing, there's obviously more than likely going to be high customization. Sometimes there isn't, where there's only like 4 weapons, but at least for me, I've run into like a bunch of different type of weapons, and even the weapon themselves come in different variations, and you also get different variations of the attachments. Some weapons can't have the same ones. Like there's just a lot to customize with your weapons, and it feels really nice. It feels like there's a lot for you to do. You're able to tweak the things that you want, and going beyond just like weapon customization, your character customization. Granted, you only get the one time to kind of look at your person. I think you choose like essentially your sexuality, in the sense that like whether you're a male or female, then like your basic head shave, and then you change like a couple things here and there. But even once you get into the game, you're able to find different clothing apparel to change what your character looks like. And I guess since it's like a third-person game, you know, you're going to be staring at your character a lot, so it's kind of cool that they do that. And I like what we have in there. Granted, I haven't found many clothing pieces, you know, 3 hours of gameplay, but I'm liking it. I don't know. I'm a person that really likes customization in the game. I like feeling that whatever I'm playing as is my own. This is like almost an extension of me, since I am planning to play it for a long time, so I'm loving that kind of customization. It feels pretty good. For the story so far that I've played, it has such an awesome concept. I just love it. You know, even like the intro cinematics that are coming in, they kind of tell you the same story twice in there. You know, a little bit, I guess, more in depth as like it tells you the second time, but I really like it. The premise of the game is really good. So far, the execution has been really good. I like it. It's a really good setup for an actual game for what it is, you know, whether it is going to be one of those fetch quests, or whether it is like repeat missions, repeat locations, whatever it may be, because once again, I'm barely into it. But I like it. The setup is, you know, there's constant chaotic pandemonium. You know, it's not like, for a brief comparison, like Fallout, where like, oh, I cleared out a building, then like 2 days later, they're like, oh, fuck, they're back in there again. But at least in this one, it's like there's constant chaos. You know, there's just constant people flooding in from this area, that area. You know, it makes sense for different people to flood in, and since it's not like you're fighting hundreds of people as you clear this area, you're only like fighting like, I think like 12 people max, which isn't a lot of people, but I guess comparative to how many people are alive. But anyways, it kind of makes sense that area could be refilled by like 12 or so people, which is I think like the max people that ever fought was like 12. But getting beyond the point, I really like the premise. The execution is pretty solid so far, and I like the way they're setting up the progression of the game itself, so that's a really positive note. Getting on to the actual gameplay itself, the way like the mechanics work and stuff like that, at least for gameplay when you're actually shooting and stuff like that. That feels really nice. I like the cover system. I will say, I wish there was a break from cover button. That's probably one of my only things, because sometimes you dash to cover, you kill some people, and then they respawn. They might be coming up behind you, and you're in a bad position, and you just want to get out of there. You have to either... Well, the only way to really get out of there quickly is to use the, like, dash to cover feature where, like, you look to somewhere else and then you dash to that cover. But sometimes even going from that cover to the other cover that you want to go to still leaves you exposed. And I wish there was a button that I could push to instant unsnap me from the cover. This way I can just regularly sprint, you know, free roam sprint. That's one of the little bugs or little ticks, whatever it may be. I once again can't think of the proper term, that kind of irks with me just a little bit. Not really irks, that seems a little bit too extreme, but just don't wish there was a little feature like that. But beyond that, the cover system's really nice. I really enjoy the third-person camera view. I like the fact that when you have different variations of scopes, you're still able to zoom in on the scopes. I know that I just picked up what was it, like a marksman rifle, I think it's called, or something. I didn't really look into the sub-name of it, but it has like a sniper rifle scope, and I'm able to like zoom in and shoot people with it, and I just got an ACOG scope for my assault rifle. I'm able to like click in and zoom in a little bit there too, so I'm really liking that, the way the guns actually handle. The way the recoil handles kind of makes sense and whatnot. Obviously, you wouldn't have like a laser-accurate weapon, once again, level 3, so it's not like I've gotten the best stuff yet. But I like the way the recoil is handled. It really, when you think about it, you know, just shooting a gun, just standing up or whatever it may be, your recoil is going to be kind of over the place, so I usually tap fire a lot, so I like that. The mechanics of switching weapons, the grenades. It took me a little bit to get used to the grenades. I'm still trying to master the mechanics of switching to different nades and then switching to different, I guess, buffs or whatever they're called, because you're able to eat food, get like stuns, eventually switch ammo types to like, so far I think I've only seen like incendiary. I think I've seen incendiary and explosive rounds, so I'm still trying to master that mechanic for gameplay. I will say this, it's a learning curve, but I'm liking it. It's pretty fluid for the most part, except for those few things that I'm still trying to get a handle on. But overall, the gameplay itself is pretty nice. I'm enjoying that. For the actual like hub and other things mechanics, you know, outside of like combat and when you're normally playing, I will say one feature that constantly irks me, and this is the proper use of irk, is when you're trying to attach mods or something like that. The basic feature is that you have to hit escape to open it, then go into your inventory, then you have to hit like space to access your weapon, then I think it's F to select the weapon, space to select the weapon mod slot that you want to go into, and then F to equip it, which is really effing annoying, because as I'm going back and forth between space and F, I get confused in a way, because you're trying to do it really quickly, because most of the time you're doing this mid-combat or something, like, oh, I got something really nice, want to put that on, and it just messes with me, and I just wish there was, like, a default selector tool. Like, F is just your select tool. I'm just always using F to interact with things, select things like that. That'll be totally fine. That's one of my big things, but beyond that, that's, like, my only flaw with the whole, like, menu system, at least at the point that we're at right now. The rest of it is pretty simple. I understand it and grasp it completely. I like that we have comparison tools so we can see the differences there, so that's really good. Yeah, so far, I only have like a couple things that kind of bug me a little bit, but beyond that, the game itself is pretty awesome. I'm really enjoying playing it, and I want to play it further. But once again, first impressions. I've barely played like 3 hours. We'll see if this game has longevity. For me, at least, it looks like it does, because I'm always wanting that one more piece of loot. I want to go check out this area. I want to go do a little bit more. I'm really enjoying it. It seems really fun and really awesome. So, yeah, guys, I think I'm going to probably end it there. So, yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I want to hear from you guys. Have you guys played this game? Are you looking forward to get it? Are you waiting for it? Are you doing something? Like, what's going through your guys' mind? I know for me personally, I didn't get it immediately. Not for, like, waiting for reviews or anything, but just for, like, financial reasons. Didn't have the money, but now I do. And I'm excited to play this game. And it's so far pretty fun. So, yeah, guys, that's going to end the video. So, yeah, I'm Monkey Jan. So, yeah, guys, peace.